It's time for another tale from the glass-coated world, with Brian as Paxton the human cleric and fighter, Chris as Aster Fortuna the half-elf rogue and bard, Ashley as Tira Dane the human fighter, and me, Mike, as the DM. The party has befriended some garden gnomes living outside the ruins of a wizard fortress. Athelflaed and Epilema have offered to help the gnomes with the troll problem, while the rest of the party investigates an underground research complex, both to learn more about what happened here and to recover a magic wand for a being calling himself Laverian, who appears as both a silver dragon and an elf. There's a pile of rubble blocking the stairs leading down, but once that's cleared, Paxton, Tara, and Aster will be free to discover what awaits them below. You have decided to venture downward below the Hall of Scholars into whatever lies underneath, which you understand is some sort of wizard research facility, some sort of magical research facility.
Full of abominations.
Yes, or aberrations, I think was the term
Aberrations.
they used. You head back into the Hall of Scholars, you move through the secret door. You discover the door will just stay open if you flick the switch and leave it flicked. So if you want to, that secret door that you currently have some refugees guarding, if you want to, they can have someone guard it open or closed or however you want to do that.
Well, I guess the
I'm sorry. There's also a switch on the other side.
oh
Yeah.
then
That's
closed.
new information.
Yeah. You guys never looked for one, but Olgabar and some his companions did some poking around, and they found there's also a switch on the other side. You never found it because you never looked for it, but there is a switch on the other side hidden in the wall.
I would say that it's probably best to keep the wall closed just in case we release anything bad.
Yeah.
It can't get to all the
I
refugees.
also asked Olgabar if he found anything else while he was doing a very thorough search, apparently.
Anything else that he found in the Hall of Scholars? Well, the water you've already discovered in those pools, those tubs, that's magical and it keeps itself clean. You already found a suit of magical chainmail. You found a magical shield. There are 4 suits of full plate armor, but it's not magical. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else of interest in here that you haven't already discovered. You guys are pretty thorough.
Okay.
Is it still only them who knows about the switch in the first place?
Olgabar, and he has a team of people sort of guarding the area.
And they're the only ones that know, right?
Yes, although you can probably expect that it won't stay secret for long.
Okay.
As people watch us go in.
Yes, or hear about
Mm-hmm.
where you've gone. Plus, if you guys found it, someone else can also find the switch. So, although it is being guarded. You head back to that rear room at the back of the building, and there's this stair that's been blocked. What do you want to... Oh, Athelflaed has the lantern. You guys will need to get out your torches.
Oh, I can.
Or you can use your dancing lights.
Yes, I
Use
summon Richard.
Richard, the dancing lights man.
Just put him into.
All right. Well, in any case, there are some torches in this room. Did you take that book with the sigil sequences in it? Or did you leave that on the table?
I think we left it on the table. I
Yeah,
don't
none of you
remember.
could cast any spells that would take advantage of it. I wasn't sure if you took it or left.
Oh, we should still take it.
Well, the book of sigil sequences, it's specifically for the teleportation circle, right?
Right.
So wouldn't it make sense to leave it in the room with the teleportation circle?
Here's the way that works. If you are a wizard and can cast teleportation circle or other teleportation spells, if you've got a sigil sequence memorized, which you can do with just a little bit of effort, then you can cast a spell and return to one of these circles that you've memorized the sequence for.
Ah,
So it's like a book of codes that can take you to several different teleporters, including this one.
oh, I remember because we said it was like a phone book.
Yes.
Okay.
And a bard can dip into other classes at a certain level. I don't know. It might be useful later.
It would have to be on the bard's spell list for you to cast it.
What's the spell?
I believe the spell is actually called Teleportation Circle. I can look it up. Hold on.
Because as an Eldritch Knight, I have access to the wizard spell list, I think.
Yeah, you should take that.
Now, it's a
So-
high-level spell, but you could cast it if you make an Arcana check. Let's see.
Take the book.
Yeah.
It's a Hail Mary.
If I can make it to be a 17th level fighter, then I'll have one 9th level spell.
Nice.
And we're almost there.
Yeah, so the 5th level conjuration spell, Teleportation Circle, allows you to draw a 10-foot diameter circle on the ground that links your current location to a permanent teleportation circle whose sigil sequence you know, and that is on the same plane of existence. You could be anywhere, and if you know these sigil sequences, if you cast Teleportation Circle, it would take you to one of the sequences that you've selected, that you have memorized.
Okay. Yeah, might as well grab that book and throw it in the old backpack. Oh, what's it called?
Magical phone book.
Yeah, I like that. Whatever it's actually called, that's what we'll refer to it
Yes.
as.
It doesn't have a title, but you can just call it Book of Sigil Sequences. And if you look through it, they are labeled. Let's see, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 9 sequences.
Do they have names?
Yeah.
What are
Would
the
you like to
names?
know them?
Yes.
Okay. They are labeled Administration, Abjuration, Conjuration, Divination, Enchantment, Evocation, Illusion, Necromancy, Transmutation, and Hall of Scholars.
I'm going to do an Arcana check and see if those mean anything to Paxton.
I think we've done this already.
You found a bunch of robes.
I thought I rolled a high enough Arcana
That's
check that
right.
you told me about.
So you found a bunch of robes with different symbols on them, and you realized that each of those robes represented a different school of magic.
Got it. Okay.
And these sigil sequences also correspond to, they're labeled with those different corresponding schools of magic. So Paxton, if you want to roll Arcana,
It's a 12.
yeah, that's good enough. You know these are the schools of magic, plus one that's labeled Administration. Administration is not a school of magic, but
But it should be.
it should be. Yes. But they're you know that these sequences correspond to the schools of magic plus another one that says Administration.
Okay, well, we already know that we're at the Hall of Scholars.
Right.
So,
So you know that
Yeah.
that if you look at the sigil sequence, it does seem to match up with the circle.
I wonder if, like, we have Hall of Scholars, and we have Administration, and then we have the other, how many schools of magic are there?
There are 8 schools of magic.
I wonder if there are other academies that specialize in individual schools of magic, to where we could teleport to other places in whatever weird world this is, or if the crazy underground research facility that we're about to go into has areas for studying individual schools of magic, and whether this is for teleporting within this place.
I didn't even think about the second thing, Paxton. That's a good idea, that maybe the underground has areas of research where they can easily teleport between researchers looking at those schools of magic. But I was thinking exactly what you were thinking with the first theory, that maybe the sigil sequences allow us to teleport to different research facilities or academies that study that particular magic. That's a good idea.
And if we can teleport between different areas in this underground research facility, then in order for it to have individual teleport zones, it must be huge.
Yeah.
So I feel like right now is a good time to say that Tara has completely checked out of looking at this book, and she's just lugging rocks.
Okay, she's moving stones out of the stairwell. I was about to ask about that. What's your plan? I mean, they don't lend themselves to tools or any other particular clever technique. Brute force is probably just lifting up the stones is probably the most effective way to do this.
Tara's just like, oh, books, no, we're
All
good.
right. Tara's at work. Another pedantic point while we're thinking about looking at books and planning things. Food. So, do you guys all have rations?
I have 27 food rations
I
on
do
me.
not have 27, but I do have food rations.
Okay,
I have 22,
so,
I think.
I think you should probably scratch off probably 1 day's rations. You probably stopped for food at some point recently while you were exploring the area. If you want additional rations, you can ask the gnomes for some food. If you want, do you think that's something you would want to take with you, or do you think you have enough for now?
No, I think we should. I mean, I might want to take some. How many did you say I need to take off?
Just 1 day's.
Got it.
I think we should get as many rations as we can carry from the gnomes because we don't know what's going to happen down there.
Exactly. We get trapped down there.
They can take from their pile of food they saved up to pay the trolls. They can give you each, let's say, 10 days rations.
Wow.
Okay.
So as Paxton is watching Tara move individual rocks, he stops looking at the book of sigil sequences, and he and Aster just stare at Tara moving rocks, and he's thinking, should we help her, or is there a better way to do this? And he thinks maybe we should he says to Aster, do you think that we should get the refugees to help on this and maybe work through supervision and management?
I think that's a great idea. And I can also, use my magic to keep them clean so that they're not dirty from the hard day's work.
That's right. Work smarter, not harder, I always say. So let's go get those refugees and put them to work on this problem.
Sure.
You, I guess, talk to Olgabar and see if he can round up some people to help move some stones.
Yeah, this seems like the kind of problem that goes a lot faster when, many hands make light work.
Or Olgabar is willing to lend you some people as long as you're okay with them walking through the magic wall and seeing what's behind it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Give me some people you can trust.
All right. Well, he sends you a few people. He sends you a young man who's fairly energetic. He sends you the dwarf. The dwarf is good with stone. The dwarven banker, and a few other people, and also the lady with the frying pan. She's pretty tough. She's pretty muscular.
These are the only NPCs that Mike has still figured out.
I'm not going to put a lot of effort into them.
Can I roll insider perception or anything just to see if any of them look weird
Okay, sure.
or acting weird?
If you want to see if they're acting weird, yeah, roll. I'll tell you what. I'll roll an insight check
Yeah.
for you, so you don't know what the outcome is.
Okay.
What's your insight bonus?
My insight is 6, actually.
Wow. So here's some things you pick up watching them. First, the lady with the frying pan, she's pretty tough. She kind of reminds you of a human version of Epilema. But she's not messing around. She just puts down her frying pan, which she seems to carry around with her everywhere, and just starts lifting up stones. The young man, he seems kind of nervous but enthusiastic. A little worried about what's going on. And then the dwarf, he's looking at the stones, you notice, as he's moving them. He's checking this area out. He's not just lifting up stones. He's checking the area out and checking to see if there's anything interesting, probably checking to see if there's anything valuable.
So these stones, I thought you said earlier that they didn't look like they fell from the walls. They looked like they were maybe moved from another area and deposited here.
That's right. They look like rubble that was sort of haphazardly broken up and dumped here.
I'm going to discuss this insight with the dwarf and see if he's thinking the same thing.
Yeah, so the dwarf says, well, I think that if I had to say where I thought the stones came from, I'd say they came from outside. I think they're probably from outside the building and from the local stone. They look like they're the stones closer to the surface. I'm guessing these aren't from deep down.
Can you glean any insight from the way that this staircase was carved or anything like that? That any kind of maker's mark that jumps out to you?
It's dwarven work. No doubt about it. This is high quality work.
And these stones, they don't look like they were cut necessarily. They were just...
These were haphazardly knocked out of the ground and carted over here. Yeah, it's sloppy work.
Do they seem to you like they were placed in any specific order or anything like that?
If I had to guess, I'd guess that someone brought a wheelbarrow up and just dumped them in.
Interesting. I wonder why a person would do such a thing.
To block the stairs.
Yeah, but why?
Because they don't want something going down or coming up.
But why?
Is this the game where you just keep asking why and I keep trying to explain and we just keep going on and on?
No, I'm just trying to figure out what it is about what's down there that made them want to block the stairs. I mean, I guess we'll find out soon enough, right?
Oh, I'm not finding out. I'm staying up here.
Yeah. Good point. I'll leave you to it. And then I just start moving stones along with him.
I want to walk up next to them and talk to. His name is Grothin?
Yeah.
Grothin Goldfinger? Hello, Sir Grothin.
Hello, elf.
How you doing? I noticed you looking around very observantly, very analytically. That's an impressive eye you have. It is
I've got an eye for gold.
Yes. And see anything interesting in this room?
Well, the stones here are worthless. There's nothing valuable in them, not even a hint of it. But the work is good. The underground work is good. The building itself it's human work. Nothing special. But going downward, impressive quality.
Gotcha.
Whatever's down there was built to last.
Interesting. You seem like a smart man, Sir Grothin. Very clever.
All right, and yes, thank you. I've been quite successful in life due to my wits.
You got it. Well, I hope I can have a conversation with you again soon, sir.
If you find anything valuable down there, we could come to some kind of arrangement, maybe. I could help you out with, if you needed any kind of loans or anything, maybe we could work something out. I don't know. If you need any financial advice,
Sure. If I see anything interesting that catches my eye, I will definitely let you know. I myself has a pretty sharp eye for these kinds of things.
I don't have a bank up here anymore. I had one in the old world, but I don't have a bank now, so I can't really offer you any, particular services. But, if there's anything I could do for you, if you needed any financial advice, you just let me know.
You got it.
Eventually, many hands make light work. So you remove the stones. As you reach the bottom of this pile of rubble, the stones grow warmer. Eventually, you remove a large stone, one of the larger stones you've seen, toward the bottom, and you are met with a blast of warm air from below. And it quickly warms the room that is the hall that you're in the Hall of Scholars. And the passage is cleared.
Ugh. This place smells stale.
Guys, I have a great idea. I was thinking maybe when Ethelflaed comes back, we can run it past her, but what about naming our group the Foragers of Truth or something like that? That sounds good. Or is that too cliche or too romanticized or too...
What truth would you say that we're foraging for?
Well, it seems like this whole kind of journey has been us forging forward, opening new avenues, discovering new mysteries. And it seems like every time we learn a new truth. And it kind of feels like that's what we've been looking for, the truth of our world, the truth of this new world.
Are we forging or are we foraging?
Foraging. No. I don't know. I think we're foraging for truth, I think.
What about the Paxton gang?
No.
No?
Tara and Friends is much better.
I like Tara and the terrorists.
But they're not terrorists. We're like the opposite.
The terrorists. Tara and the terrorists. No?
A lot of people in Arrival think that we're terrorists.
Actually, yeah, that's probably accurate.
Yeah, we'll see how we do with this world, but I don't have a whole lot of hope that we're going to be accepted any better there. I like Foragers of Truth. We'll keep that one on the back burner, and we'll keep workshopping it.
You got it. Just food for thought.
But that's definitely a no on the Paxton gang.
It seems so. I'll stick with Tara on this one.
Okay. Suit yourself.
Are you headed downward?
I want to take out a magical torch and kind of thrust it forward and light up that room.
Okay, well, there are stairs headed down. There's a spiral staircase that just spirals downward ahead of you.
Can I keep Richard with her?
Sure.
Okay.
The heat, can I say anything about what I think that's coming from at this point?
You don't see any heat sources. So that seems kind of strange.
Mm-hmm. It could just be magically heated because it's underground in a very cold area.
Could I have just really quickly, we don't even have to go through it, just have said to Oglbar just to make sure that he keeps his eye out just for anything strange with the refugees and
right.
with just
They'll
things.
they'll continue manning the door from the outside.
Can I see if I can tell whether it is a organic heat source or magical?
Sure, everyone make an Arcana check.
I can't.
Ooh.
That was a horrible roll.
19.
19?
Wow, 7 for me.
Tara and Aster, it just seems like heat. Heat seems like heat. Paxton, you think about it for a moment. You don't see any obvious heat sources. However, this is a magical research facility. And in your experience so far, when Aster has cast arcane spells, which is what bards do, they have been accompanied by bursts of heat, just like any other wizard spell cast in your own world.
Yeah, the
So-
keepers, that's why the keepers didn't want us just firing off cantrips willy-nilly, right?
Right. And same with your own spells. Your own spells here also generate heat.
Well, so I tell them, that we already know that spells generate heat. It could be that with the entrance and the exit sealed up, if there's something that's been down here just doing magical stuff unattended for a really long time, it would make sense that it would be generating lots and lots of residual heat that after a long time would just build up and build up. So hopefully now that we've removed the rocks, it'll maybe acclimate.
You can already feel the stairwell cooling off.
Okay.
And that makes amazing sense. Do we make any kind of observation that this world's a little different in terms of heat wouldn't be trapped in here? Like it feels like a more open kind of world?
Well,
Because, right, the fear is that we were in a jar, but now we're not in a jar.
do we know that for sure?
That's true.
We haven't seen the edges.
Edges of the world.
Yeah.
We don't know. We just will go around.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? One person, Lavarian tried to tell you that you're on a globe.
Mm.
Tara tried to puzzle out how people could be standing on the sides.
Yeah, she struggled. She wants to leave this world.
Yeah, but I mean, jars can come in lots of shapes.
Sure, could be
Yeah,
a round jar.
Yeah, there's nothing saying that we can't be a globe inside of a bigger jar.
Sure,
Yeah.
it's jars all the way
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. Never underestimate the amount that being born in a jar, or at least having all your memories being from inside of a jar, would hamper your worldview of non-jar based planets.
Yeah.
So you're continuing down the stairs.
Yeah, and I'd say to add on to that thing that we were talking about earlier with the heat, if that theory is true, then that does mean that there's something down here that is actively doing magic and has been for a very long time, so it probably has a nearly limitless supply of energy. And that's, I don't know, if all that's true, then that's really interesting.
It's also worrisome.
Or it was just
Yes.
trapped heat when it died 500 years ago.
True.
The spiral staircase winds downward, of course. The only sound is your feet on the stone steps, echoing around the cylindrical chamber. After descending at least 40 feet, a doorway comes into view, opening into a square room. The spiral staircase continues downward past this floor. There are two enormous metal doors, framed with bronze, that stand 10 feet east of the stairwell, and a sign above them says, Administration.
That was one of the sigil sequences, so
So we know where one would take us.
yeah, down a stairwell.
Yeah.
It doesn't really seem to be far enough to warrant teleportation, but
Well, maybe remember from what we read in the letter, it seems pretty dangerous down here. And maybe that's just the way they could get away quickly.
that's true. That is a very good point.
Tara opens the doors.
All right, you open the door. Well, actually, the exit of the stairwell has just an opening, but in front of you are these big doors. And then there's this room here. Of course,
Yeah,
you can't see
those
around.
are the doors she's opening.
Oh, okay. So you can't see around back behind the stairwell unless you walk around behind it. But there are these big double doors in front of you, and Tara just pushes them open. The bronze doors swing open easily despite their weight. You can see before you a huge chamber, over 100 feet long and 80 feet high, with a ceiling at least 30 feet high. 10 impressive marble columns support the ceiling, and the floor would probably also shine with polished marble if it were not covered in dust. A stone desk stands at the far end of the chamber. It looks like a reception desk, but you see no one sitting there. There are two enormous bronze doors, identical to the ones through which you just entered, that are standing behind the desk. The word scriptorium has been carved into the stone above the doors.
And those big bronze doors are behind the front desk.
Correct.
Okay, Tara's gonna walk up to the desk.
All right, as you walk toward the desk, you see that there is also, to the right of the doors, a smaller plaque. And it says, Inventory Control, Message Repository, Scroll Duplication, Employment Records, General Clerks.
Tara speaks up to remind everyone. So we're supposed to look for Wanda Frost, but it has like some other names, blah blah. Scepter, Cold. I don't know.
The scriptorium. Maybe is there anything behind that desk, like a log of things, or?
The desk is completely empty. There are some drawers, but they are all empty. You if you want to search it more carefully, you can. I'll roll a perception check for you, I guess, to search.
I searched the desk.
Uh-huh.
Paxton, you search it very thoroughly. Everyone, and you're pulling out the drawers and looking underneath them and everything. But you find that this thing has been completely cleaned out. There is just nothing in it. Nope, not even a stray jar of ink. Just nothing. As you move the chairs behind the desk away, they just fall apart. They just crumble onto the floor.
And can you repeat your description of that smaller plaque again?
Sure. The smaller plaque, it's a little bronze plaque, and it has some words carved into it, and they say Inventory Control, Message Repository, Scroll Duplication, Employment Records, General Clerks.
Are these pointing in specific directions or have buttons or?
Nope.
Oh.
It's just right next to this pair of large doors. It suggests to you that this is describing what is on the other side of the doors.
Is there anything around the pillars, just walking around the room? Well,
there's some dust on the floor. There's nothing else. It's really empty. This hall is designed to be impressive, but it doesn't really contain anything useful or interesting. I guess, yeah, there's a couple magical torches. That's something.
I already got one.
Yeah, you've already got one.
I'm going to inform I'm going to be a little sneaky moving forward, so if you see me, disappear, I'm just hiding around. Can I roll for stealth?
I'll just, what's your stealth bonus?
My stealth is 9.
9? Holy cow.
Yeah.
All right, well, Aster pretty much disappears. He walks behind a column, and you don't see him again unless he wants to be seen.
Okay.
All right, so what's the plan?
Tara says, I think this is going to be a boring floor, and then she goes to open the doors.
The doors are locked.
Before we move along, shouldn't we walk around the backside of that stairwell just to see if there's any other directions to go in? Or
If you want to.
Yeah, I want to see what's behind the stairwell.
There's a door behind the stairwell.
Mm.
And there's a label above the door, and it says, Gedeorf. Roll a history check.
My history's +2, and that is a natural 1.
I got a 6.
Can I roll 2 even though I'm hiding?
Sure, I mean,
I'm
you can
following.
sneak around and have a look, too.
Okay. That is a 14 plus history, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So +4, 18.
wow.
Okay. Wow. Tara and Paxton, you're pretty sure that this is some kind of label, has something to do with dwarves or something. You're not sure. But Aster, you know that this is an old common word that means work or toil.
Work or toil. Okay, I'm going to pop out of hiding. Alrighty. So, see, you guys were reading that sign there. It means work or toil in
Old common.
Old Common, if you want to think about what that might mean. We know what's in the other direction, and we know what's in this direction based on the titles, I'm assuming.
I think the other direction is going to be more fruitful because I think we're going to be able to find what we need in inventory control.
Mhm.
But considering that door is locked and that we're right here, and I push that door open.
All right.
I hide behind it. I don't walk into the room immediately.
So you open this door, and that is... Hold on. I'm going to have to find this on my map here.
Let's explore in the most confusing way for Mike.
For sure. In front of you is a desk with a couple more decaying chairs. There's a space beyond that it looks like it opens into a large room, but you can't see it very well from here. But the room you're looking into, each of these squares is 10 feet by 10 feet, by the way. So you're looking into a room that is 40 feet by 40 feet with this desk in it, 2 chairs, and beyond that, another room that looks like it's probably a big space.
They even decorate. Are there pictures on the walls, tapestries?
It looks like there are some hooks in the walls that could have hung some decorations, but nothing is hanging here now.
Oh man, this place got robbed.
The gnomes had mentioned to you previously that they used to venture down to try to look for magic items or loot, but it got dangerous and they quit doing that a long time ago. You get the sense that nobody has looked deep down in here for maybe 100 years or more.
All right, Tara searches this desk out.
All right, the desk again is just empty.
Paxton peeks around the corners.
All right, so you look into this room. This is a very large space lit by several magical torches on the walls, stretching from north to south, 50 feet across, 160 feet wide. The temperature drops noticeably as you enter this room. So across from this doorway you just came through, a little bit to your right, are a pair of wooden doors. And then farther to your right, on the north wall, you can make out, you think in the darkness, farther in the distance, there are some more large, impressive bronze doors, although it's hard to tell from here. There are two more doors, each made of steel, on the south wall. One of them is close to you, the other one's farther down a hallway. Each of them is blocked from this side by enormous piles of wooden benches. There's a passage that runs west past one of the doors, so there's a door just to your left, and then there's a door a little bit further along on the wall on your left, and then there's a passage that runs past that second door. A dim red light can be seen flickering down that long passage on your left. There's nothing otherwise notable about this space. Its original purpose is unclear. You see no decorations, equipment, or anything else of note aside from the exits previously mentioned and the benches piled up in front of those two exits.
Tara looks at Paxton and Aster and says, just start left and keep going around.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. All right.
That's a wall, like,
In the distance, there is a wall. But as I said, this room is really long. 160 feet away at the north end of this room is a pair of large doors.
okay. Huh. And we want to go down the hallway to the left.
Yeah, I mean,
We're just gonna go to the left, and I point to the door where all the benches are piled up. Probably something good in there, right?
yeah,
Or something dangerous.
Well, yeah.
yeah. It seems like the benches imply that there is something in those rooms, which I'm interested in. But I'm also interested in this red light. And I look down the hallway.
All right, you look down the hallway.
I send Richard with him.
What's Richard again?
He's dancing lights that I put the
that's right.
orbs into, like, the shape of a humanoid.
Yeah.
So as you look down the hallway, you can see that the hallway continues and then reaches an end, but you can't quite see what's around the corner at the end of the hallway, unless you go down the hallway.
Do we want to look behind the bench block doors first, or do we want to go down the hallway and see what's causing the red light?
I just want to start.
Well, we can come back to where those doors are closed. Nothing's getting out. Maybe we should check the area that's dimming ominous red light at us.
Yeah, I'm wondering what this light source is.
Okay, you move down around the corner.
Oh, sorry. This is not a good time to interject.
Go ahead.
But Tara is a cartographer, and she is also drawing a map.
Great. All right, so you're making a
Smart.
map as you go.
Yes.
Good plan.
So smart.
Make a cartography check.
Okay.
I think it's intelligence plus your proficiency bonus.
Well, my intelligence bonus would be a -2,
Okay.
so I got a whole 11.
11? Okay.
Do I have advantage because I am a cartographer?
No, but that's what you get. You get to use your proficiency bonus. That's what being a cartographer
Fair enough.
lets you. You make a competent map. You definitely understand it.
Okay.
All right, so you're not going to get lost.
Good
Whether
enough.
someone else would be able to figure it out easily is another question, but you definitely know what you're doing. All right, so you walk down that passage. Past one of those southern doors, the hallway goes 70 feet, getting warmer as you travel along it, and then it opens into a strangely shaped room with a large smoldering fire pit at the western corner. There are 2 wheelbarrows here.
Do the wheelbarrows have anything in them?
No, they are empty.
Does it look like I can tell what they've been dumping into the fire?
There are lumps of metal in it. There are ashes, bits of charcoal. It's not all that hot right now.
I want to do an Arcana check to see if this is a magical fire or a mundane fire.
Okay,
Can I give him advantage or assistance?
sure.
You will need to because that was also a natural one.
Okay.
So, yeah, roll again.
Ooh, and that was a 13, so that is a 15.
You're pretty sure that this is magical. You haven't cast Detect Magic, but you're pretty sure that if it's just sitting here burning with no visible fuel source, just sitting here smoldering after all this time, it's probably magical.
Are there any, what do you call them? Like, usually whenever you have fires like that, you have, like, a stirring stick or something? Or a poker?
Poker.
Yeah, if you want to search the area a little bit, you find a few tools around the corner from the fire pit, and they are, there's a poker, there's a broom. The broom's in pretty bad shape, but the poker works. There's a little pan.
I want to use the poker to sift through the ashes and see if there's anything of value in there.
Okay. What's your perception bonus? Oh, I got it. It's 3. Unless it's changed.
No, it is not.
All right. You find little lumps of metal that, upon closer inspection, might be valuable. You're not exactly sure what they are, but they're kind of glittery. If you cleaned them up, maybe you could tell.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and set those out to cool a little bit.
All right.
How many of them are there?
Let's say there are 3 little shiny lumps of metal.
I'm wondering if. And there's no like hammering tools like to like meld.
No, this is not a
metal?
forge.
Got it.
Do I think this might be like smelting?
If you had to guess, you would guess this is an incinerator.
Oh.
This is trash disposal.
Are the shiny lumps of metal cool enough for me to put in my bag now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Is there any doors or anything like that we can walk through?
Not in this
hallway?
room. It has this weird pointy shape at the north end. Yeah, but there's no other passage other than the hallway you came down.
And all right. So I tell to the group, do you think we've investigated this room enough? Should we try opening the other doors that are blocked off?
There are
Yep.
2 blocked off doors. There are doors to the north of the opening you came through that are not blocked off. They're smaller doors, and at the far end of the hall, you can see there are these large bronze doors.
Blocked off doors.
Yes.
All right. You go to the blocked off doors. You're south on the south wall. All right, so they each have a pile of benches that have been barricaded against the walls. What do you want to do?
Which pile looks smaller?
They are both equally large.
All right, I just start moving the
All
closest
right, you
one.
start moving planks off of the walls. Let me see my map for a moment.
Is it light enough that I can use my mage hand to move things around?
The benches? No, the benches are too heavy.
Okay.
Like mage hand can only lift, I think, up to 10 pounds.
Okay.
I want to put my ear to the door once the benches have been cleared to see if I can hear anything on the other side.
I'm helping Tara move them.
So as Tara's moving them, Paxton begins listening to the door on the other side. Do you want to ask her to stop making noise, or do you want to just keep listening while she's making noise?
I was going to wait until the benches are all the way cleared.
Okay. So you stop and you listen to the door. And yeah, you definitely hear something.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the sound of something pacing back and forth on the other side of the door, and breathing heavily, and maybe a little bit of growling.
Uh-oh. I tell him that. Doesn't stop me from wanting to see what it is, though.
Yeah, me neither.
All right. The door suddenly thumps. Something has just run into the door. But the door holds.
Can I sneak? I'm sneaking and at its distance. Because if they're opening the door, I think that thing is going to jump out.
Oh, you're going to sneak sort of at a distance away from the door?
Yeah, I'm going to you see where the door is? Which one did we do? Did we do the left-hand door or the right-hand one?
The closest one would have been the one to the left, nearest to
This
the
one?
fire.
Okay, how far is
this
it from the entrance? From that entrance going towards the tunnel?
10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Let's say 50 feet.
50 feet? Okay. I'm going to stand 50 feet and try to be sneaky.
All right, so Aster's hiding around the corner where that desk was.
Tara has
And-
her shield up.
Tara pulls up her shield.
Paxton puts his shield up, too.
Okay, and then what do you do? There's
I
another
can-
bang against the door.
Cast magic at a distance.
Right after the bang, I kick the door open.
Okay, the door opens toward you.
I hook the handle with my foot and pull it back towards
Okay.
me. No, kidding. After the bang, I open the door and jerk it open.
All right, you open the door. Roll for initiative.
Wow.
Paxton, what did you get for initiative?
9.
Aster, what did you get for initiative?
22.
Tara?
21.
Here's what happens. Apparently, you open the door when it wasn't expecting it, and a creature sort of stumbles out This creature is a giant fire-breathing dog.
Aww.
It's huge. I mean, it's a medium size, but compared to a regular dog, it's really big. And it looks starved, bony, and it has just got smoke and flames coming out of its mouth. And it is leering at all of you with steaming drool dripping out of its teeth, cooling on the ground. It is going to eat you, you're pretty sure. It looks ready to take a bite out of you. But fortunately for you, Aster gets to go first. Aster, what do you want to do?
Out of curiosity, when I use a spell, can I get sneak attack on that on the damage?
I think it's melee attacks.
It might be.
It's actually ranged attacks as well, I found out. But,
Does it work with? Because I'm a war.
no, it excludes spells. No, it has to be a weapon.
Okay.
Spells don't count as weapons.
Okay. Well, no, I'm still gonna use a spell on it.
Okay.
I'm going to use Dissonant Whispers.
It has to make a saving throw, right?
Yes, it's going to be a Wisdom 16.
How wise do you think that fire dog is?
Not very wise, I hope.
I want to pet him. Can we tame him?
It fails the wisdom saving throw, so how much damage?
Okay, and it's like a discordant, it's a melody. Like that's really bad.
Oh, okay.
It's a bad melody in its ear.
All right.
It's going to be 3d6.
Yes. All right, go ahead.
So 10.
It doesn't like that. It sort of shakes its head around and growls.
And then can I give somebody inspiration?
If you want to as a bonus action, sure. Who are you going to give
Yes.
inspiration to?
Who's the closest to it?
Tara and Paxton are both right there.
Let me give it to Tara.
All right,
And,
Tara.
and I'm going to sing to her.
Oh, what's Aster singing to inspire her?
I sing. Who let the
Cringing.
dogs out?
I knew it.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Who let the dogs out? Ooh, 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 ooh.
Paxton did.
We have solved that mystery.
Another puzzle solved by what did you call yourselves? The truth seekers? The truth
Foragers of truth.
Okay. Tara, it's your turn.
Okay.
You have a d6.
Gotcha. Thank you. And even though it's a puppy, I'm going to attack it because I feel like Mike doesn't want us to tame it.
It's a giant, evil, fire-breathing
All dogs are puppies.
monster.
Evil's in the eye of the beholder.
I got it at 18. Oh, and then inspiration to attack also. So 20.
That's a hit.
And damage is 11.
All right, 11 damage.
And then I attack again.
All right,
13 to hit this time.
13 to hit. That is a miss.
Okay.
And that brings us to Paxton.
Usually I would try to sit back and shoot cantrips at it, but since my only cantrip is Firebolt and this is a fire dog, I think that probably won't be super effective.
Hard to know.
That's a good point. I'm going to do science.
I mean, that's a reasonable guess, but
Yeah.
it's hard to know.
I'm going to do some science
All right.
and see how the firebolt affects it.
All right.
Because maybe my fire is hotter than what it's used to.
Okay.
It is a 16.
You hit.
It's 14 fire damage.
It has no effect.
Darn it.
All right.
Yeah, it has no effect. All right. Well, the dog first starts breathing in a lot of air and then releases a gout of flame in a 15-foot cone, which catches both Tara and Paxton. You need to make a DC 12 dexterity saving throw.
I fail.
Now, you have shield mastery. Does that mean you get to take half regardless? How does that work?
I think shield mastery is if I succeed on a check, where if I succeed I take half, then instead I take none. But I
Okay.
failed.
Okay, right.
Failed.
You both failed. All right. Here we go. Oh, you're getting lucky. You each take 16 points of damage, fire damage. Aster, of course, you're fine. And the creature also throws back its head and howls. And in the distance, you hear an answering howl.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
And it's the second turn now, second round. Aster, it's your turn.
All right. I'm gonna see. I hear that, and so I'm like, okay, this has become dangerous. So I'm gonna use Dissonant Whispers again, but I'm gonna use it at a second level, and so it's again needs to make a Wisdom 16.
Fails again.
All right. It's a good spell for an animal. Twisted.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a big roll, though. Oh, that's great. 14 damage.
14. It looks pretty rough. It's shaking its head, trying to get this painful noise out of its head. Doesn't seem to like it at all. And Tara, it's your turn.
Attack.
All right.
18 to hit.
18 is a hit.
And damage is 7.
All right. It is in really bad shape now. Paxton, your turn.
I attack again.
Oh, you
though.
attack again, right? You get 2 attacks.
And it's a 19 to hit.
19. All right.
And damage is 9.
9 points of damage. It is dead. You chop it in the neck. It whimpers briefly and falls down.
Oh,
Alright, I'm still on guard because I'm not sure where the other howl came from. So I'm expecting another one to come up.
Yep. I actually take out my swords. I think we should walk into the room and close the door and then look around here and make sure that before we leave that room, we listen to see if there's creatures outside.
Let me show you what's in that room since you opened the door.
Oh, is it just a bunch of... Oh, no. It looked like there was just a room full of benches.
That's rubble. That's like infill in the wall.
Oh, okay.
You look into this room before you close the door, if that's what you're going to do, but I'll just tell you what's in here. This room is a dark mess. There are metal bars scattered around the room, round black metal discs on the floor, bits of torn and burned material everywhere. The walls are blackened with scorch marks. There is a long pool, 80 feet by 20 feet, filled with unnaturally clear water. The only light in the room is coming from the pool. If there were any torches in the room, they are gone now. There are 2 doorways to the east, though they are separated by 10 feet, and they lead to different rooms. There were probably doors there at some point, but the doors are gone now, so there's just doorways. And you can hear something, maybe more than one thing, moving quickly toward those doorways, growling and barking.
Oh, so the direction wasn't behind us. It was towards the room.
Right.
The response of that howl.
There's 2 doorways here.
Scratch my idea.
well, since there's light coming from the pool, that makes me think that maybe there's something special about the pool, so I go over to splash some of that water to cool my burns. I guess I just walk in and start looking at the metal discs on the floor,
right.
being like, "What are these?"
All right, so Paxton, we'll resume initiative here. Aster, what are you doing?
I will yell at Paxton. Paxton, that's not safe. You should come back out.
What?
Oh, no.
And Tara, what are you doing?
Readying an attack.
Okay, we'll start a new round of initiative. Let's roll afresh. I'll roll for them. Aster, what did you get?
14.
Tara, what did you get?
18.
Paxton?
My 3rd natural one of the day.
Man.
It's a 1 total?
Yes.
All right.
Well, it's a 2 total, but since it's a natural 1,
It doesn't matter. There's no critical failure on initiative. It's only on attack rolls.
I thought it meant that I definitely go last.
Well, you're still going last.
Yeah.
But not because you rolled a 1, but because you just rolled the lowest number. All right. So they go first. So bounding into this room are 2 more of these giant creatures, these giant dogs. I mean, they're medium-sized creatures in terms of D&D animal sizes, but they're really large as dogs go. Think of like bull mastiff size, right? So they charge into the room, one of them straight at Tara, one of them straight at Paxton. One of them is going to attempt to bite Tara, and it gets advantage because it has an ally next to it. So it bites Tara for 5 points of damage. Oh, plus fire damage. All right, so that's a total of 5 points of piercing damage and 8 points of fire damage.
Oh
For
my
a total
God.
of 13.
Okay.
What does that put you at currently?
Hurt.
So the other one is going to breathe fire, just like the first one did. And it breathes fire on both of you, so I need you both to make DC 12 dexterity saving throws.
So if it's breathing fire in a cone, I guess it's hitting its ally, but its ally doesn't take damage
That's
from
right.
fire, right?
That's right.
Okay, so DC 12,
Mm-hmm.
10.
You failed.
Yep.
19.
19. Tara saves and takes half. The damage is 13 points of damage. Tara, you take 6. So Aster, you see these 2 creatures charge in. One of them bites Tara. The other one breathes fire on both of them. And they're both looking pretty hurt, I would say.
Yeah, out of
It
curiosity.
is Tara's turn, though.
Oh,
Sorry, what were you going to ask?
I just wanted to know where I was.
Well, I'll let you decide that. They both ran into the room, or Paxton walked into the room. Tara ran in to stand next to him. where do you want to be here? Did you sort of move around the corner, or where did you go?
I'm behind the wall.
Okay, so you're sort of behind the wall looking around the corner of the doorway. Tara, what are you going to do?
Attack.
Okay, great.
16.
That's a hit.
All right. And that's 9 damage.
9 damage to one of them. All right.
Attack again, this time 22.
Another hit.
And it's 6 damage, attacking the same one.
All right.
I guess the one that bit me.
Okay. I assume that you're going to impose disadvantage on the other one
Yeah, I will.
for
When
your
he-
defensive ability, right? The one that's attacking Paxton?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, depending on what it does, right?
Right. Aster, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
How do they both look bad?
Paxton looks worse, right?
Yup.
Okay, so I'm going to turn with my bonus action. I'm going to cast Healing Word on Paxton,
Okay.
first level. And then that's a 1d4 plus 5. So do you want to roll that or do you want me to roll that?
You can roll it.
6.
A little bit helps.
And then can I do my charge for the day for Shatter?
Sure. You can hit both of them.
Yep. Let's see if I can help you guys. Here. Okay, so they need to do. Let me look at Shatter. A Constitution 15. Oh no. Probably have a good Constitution.
Constitution 15.
Mm-hmm.
They failed.
Oh,
I'm sorry, the first one failed. The second one also failed. They both failed.
All right.
Both failed the saving throw.
3d8. 12 damage.
12 damage. They both howl at that. They don't like that. As this spell sort of shakes and causes some uncomfortable breakage. I don't know how that happens without, killing them. But somehow, you broke something without killing them. They're just shaken up, I guess. I don't
Then do I move? Can I move again
Sure.
against the wall?
Sure, you can just move back around the corner?
Mhm.
Okay, yes, you move back around the corner. That means it is Paxton's turn.
So which one of them looks like they're in? Do they both look like they're in equally bad shape?
The one that Tara is fighting is in really bad shape.
So if Paxton was smart, he would heal himself, but right now he is in a rage. He is seething with anger, and he dashes over to the one that Tara is fighting and tries to smack it in the head as hard as he can with the Mace of Selfless Vampirism.
He's
All right.
far enough that it doesn't cost. Like,
No,
an
that's
attack.
right. He's right next to it. You can just reach across and smack it. You don't have to dash anywhere.
Yeah, I meant dash not as the action, but as
Oh, it's the rage.
descriptive term.
Yes. He's
I'm
just,
charging it.
Gotcha.
That is a 21.
That's a hit.
That is 6 bludgeoning damage.
All right. And are you doing anything else? You doing your shield push or anything else?
Yeah, I'll do a shield shove too.
An opposed strength check or acrobatics? I guess he gets to choose. What'd you roll?
A natural 1.
All right. You try to shove it, and it basically just pushes you back.
Okay, I am gonna send 3 hit points to Tara though.
Now it is their turn again. The first one, does it recover its breath? No, it does not. It will instead attack Paxton, but it has disadvantage imposed on it because of what Tara is doing. And it misses. And the second one will breathe fire. So I need you both to make dexterity saving throws again.
Failed.
Fail.
Oh dear. Paxton, if you could just save, you would take no damage.
Yeah, I'm trying.
You want a new set of dice?
I don't want to believe that,
And
in dice roll bad, but this is proving me wrong with evidence.
You take 18 points of damage.
No.
Brutal.
Are you down? Please say you're not down. I gave you
I'm
6
not down.
points.
Neither of them's down.
Paxton's down.
Oh, I thought you had 19 hit points.
I had 13. I had 7, and then he gave me 6 back, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Paxton is down.
Don't worry.
It'll be fine. It's fine. It's fine. And that is their turn. Tara, it's your turn.
I
Paxton
attack.
has gone down.
And this is a 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
And that is a 11 damage.
This one is extremely badly wounded. As in, are you sure you added that correctly?
Yeah.
Okay.
13 to hit.
That's a miss.
Okay, I do action surge. I'm going to attack again.
All right.
This one is a 16 to hit.
That's a hit. You kill it.
Okay, 8 damage.
That one's down. And you get one more attack if you're action surging, right? You get your full round of attacks again, right?
What else am I going to do?
There's one more Hellhound.
Oh, there is?
There's 2 of them.
Oh,
Wait, Action Surge gives her.
I think you get your full round of attacks again. right?
Wow.
Action Surge gives you another action, and if you are a fighter at a certain level, then if you use your action to fight, then it results in multiple fights. Multiple.
Your attack is you use all your attacks. So if you get action surge, you get all your attacks again.
Aster is incredibly impressed. I know he's worried, but he's impressed at the same time.
Okay, 24.
That's a hit.
8 damage.
All right, this one is also looking not great, not terrible, but not great. Aster, it's your turn.
So I'm going to change tactics here. I'm going to second level do healing word, so it's a 2d4 plus 5 for
Okay.
Paxton.
All right.
Come on, don't let me down. Here we go. Okay, 6 plus 5, you're at 11 hit points. And then I'm going to attack, run into the room and stab with a sneak attack. So I'm going to roll to attack. And that's 14 plus 7.
That's a hit.
And it's a defensive flourish.
All right.
So 11 damage.
11 damage. That is a solid hit. Yeah, you've done a significant amount of damage to this thing. It's still fighting. Paxton, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
How close to death does that hellhound look?
In pretty bad shape, but I don't know. Probably take 1 or 2 more hits.
Tough call. Paxton is freaked out by the fact that he died and then came back to life. He's going to come back to life and then ground crawl away from the hellhounds and try to heal himself in the corner.
Okay.
So he is going to cast Cure Wounds on himself.
Right. First level.
Yes.
Right.
So he gains 9 hit points back, so he's now at 20.
Anything else you're doing? No bonus actions or anything? Okay. That means it's the Hellhound's turn. All right, the Hellhound it's pretty angry. Let's see if it gets its breath weapon back. It does not. And it attacks Terra. And it hits Terra.
Oh my god, it has really good hit.
Yes, these things are tough. It hits Terra. The damage is... Maybe you'll get lucky. 1d8 plus 3 for the... Oh, you're getting lucky so far. 4 points of damage on the bite.
It doesn't sound lucky.
That's the minimum. And 10 points of damage on the fire.
She's down.
She's down. Terra goes down. It is now Aster's turn. Terra has just gone down, Aster. What's Aster doing?
You know
Oh,
Aster
sorry.
wants
Terra,
to...
you need to make a death saving throw.
Oh, yeah, it's your turn.
Saved.
All right, 1 save. Now, Aster, your turn.
First level, bringing her back.
All right, healing word.
Uh-huh. Oh, God. It will be 6.
Terra gets 6 hit points back.
And then I'm going to stab it again
All right.
with sneak attack. Right, because she's back
She's
up?
back up. Yep, she now counts as a foe adjacent to it. You may use sneak attack.
Well, that stupid dice messed me up, but all right. It's not going to hit.
Okay. Paxton. Terra has gone down, but Aster brought her back up. What do you want to do?
I am going to charge over to the hellhound and whap it in the face. That is an 18,
18 is a hit.
and that is only 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, it was a good swing, but you only sort of struck a glancing blow against the side of this hellhound. Anything else you want to do?
Did you give me 2 HP?
Yes.
2 hit points for Terra.
I'll take them all.
Puts her at 8, right?
I'm going to action surge and hit it again.
All right.
And that is a 12 for a hit.
That is a miss.
Okay.
All right, it is the hellhound's turn. Now all 3 of you are here.
Does it have his breath weapon back?
It does not. It did not recharge. I'm getting really unlucky with these rolls here.
Oh, we're getting lucky.
All I need is a 5 or 6 to recharge and on D6, and I haven't rolled one yet. So it's going to attack, let's say, I'm happy that Terra's getting back up again, so it's going to attack her again. Oh my god, it hit you again.
What is
I
it?
got
Roll.
20 AC now.
It rolled a total
Garbage.
of 23.
That is a strong dog.
5 points of damage from the bite, plus 7 points of damage from the fire. 12.
Terra gets knocked down again.
Oh, she gets knocked down, but she does get up again.
Maybe.
Terra.
Now there's the song to learn.
Oh my gosh.
Fail.
All right, 1 strike. Aster, your turn. Terra is down again.
I can't swing with both my swords and use Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
I think I've done that before. I apologize.
I see.
I didn't mean to do that. But now I know. And this time I will be using Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
I'm going to try to finish it because I can bring back Terra. I don't
Okay.
think I'll die just yet. Here I go. 16 plus 7.
That's a hit.
All right. Let's see if I can kill it now. Wait, Paxton went up to attack it, right? So I still get sneak?
That's correct.
Awesome. Thank you, Paxton. So that's a 14 damage.
You kill it. How do you kill this thing?
I'm going to put my rapier, I'm going to thrust it straight through its mouth and out the back of its head.
All right. The creature collapses to the ground.